Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Call hello Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone who taught us His truth. Wa Shalom to you, Akim, that person word across the four corners of this globe. Through truth and sincerity by Hashem, Harakat, Hakodash. It's pretty much, I just want to get a quick lesson, to really, to touch upon the pride on mainly our people, on mainly our Jake. It's like on mainly Jake, that's roaming around the earth in the complete, rebellious ass mindset, not understanding, not considering, the wrath of Yahweh Shemi Shai, and not moving in that fear of the Lord, because of that great pride. Jake, aren't taking heed to the prophets, and really, just fucking, like not being circumspect, and not really, like pay attention to what's going on worldwide, because here it is, a major famine is coming, man. Despite all the signs and this great inflation that's happening, Jake is still oblivious. But see, it's not gonna really, set in, like really, and get these niggas to really fucking like focus and get serious until it really hits the fan, man. Until the Jakes can't go to a fucking hookah lounge and these the fucking these pub bars, whatever. Your favorite fucking crab boiling restaurants or whatever. Because see, it's not until you can't go into your CVS no more, and get certain things because the shelves are gonna be just completely bare. Then Jake will want to seek out for answers. But see, at that time, it's gonna be too fucking late, man. Cause see, all hell's getting ready to break the fuck loose. At that time, it's just gonna be, complete mayhem, man. Fucking, just food riots and panicking. Niggas fighting each other for a can of peas. And see, Jake is already doing, that grimy shit now. Just Jake killing each other for no fucking reason. So how much more, when food is scarce, water is scarce, food is on the line, there's no electricity, and see, everybody's already, all juiced up and just completely all bugged the fuck out. So, it's really gonna get really hectic out here, man. But these are all according to prophecy because see, the Lord already spoke of these things from the beginning. And in these last days they're being brought forth, through the mouth of his prophets. I'm saying, to warn you, all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Shai in the scriptures, how the Lord spake of these things that was getting ready to happen, man. But this is Second Ezra, chapter 8. Verse 50, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride, man. Great misery is coming, man. Because why? Because Jake, has forsaken, the way of righteousness, man. Matter of fact, this is verse 55. Therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. For when they had taken liberty to despise the Most High, the scorn of his law, and forsook his way, and forsook his ways. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteous, and said in their heart that there is no Most High. Yea, in that knowing that they must die, man. And see, we already, to see a lot of our people perish out here, man. You know, and 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 the the elder apostle Tahar, he did a video recently, on basically saying, to really, like get ready, and prepare, to see a lot of our people just fucking drop dead out here, man. Just because these times are coming, man. Jacob's trouble is coming, man. And see, we are getting ready to see it, man. Because, of Jake's complete rebelliousness, these things have to happen. Just like, this is Jeremiah. I believe it's like it. Like it. Bear with me here. Yeah, Con, this is Jeremiah 15, verse 1. Then said the Lord Yahweh Shemel unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight, and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus said the Lord Yahweh Shemel, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. And these things are getting ready. See, designated judgment is getting ready, to befall upon the great, majority of our people, man. 2/3 of our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Because of what? Of your great pride, man. We're getting ready to see a time of trouble such as never was since it was a nation, man. You're going to see great miseries, great distress, great trouble. And these things are sooner than we imagine, man. But don't be deceived because, Jake is still able to, go to fucking venues, whatever, the clubs, the parties and bullshit. It may seem like, that shit is still going, how it is. But see, Jake don't know that the world supplies is running very short, man. And these fucking world leaders are telling you that, that the world got about like 10 to 9 weeks, of food, for the whole fucking world, because, of the supply chain, just like all out, what's the word, like running short pretty much. And Jake is ignorant of that, man. Because they can still go to their, their little bullshits, their little Whataburgers, their Wendy's, McDonald's and shit. But see, all this shit is getting ready to fucking run out, man. And you getting ready, to go gung-ho against your neighbor, for a pack of Doritos, bro. Because see, Jake already just fucking, just like walking up in, in grocery stores, broad daylight, just fucking walking out with like hundreds of dollars worth of meat, without paying for it, in fucking broad daylight, man, and just fucking walking out with it, man, So how much more, when things really get scarce out here, man, motherfuckers, is, following people for their fucking groceries, sticking them up for their groceries and shit. More evils are coming, man, and this is nothing, man. How much more when everything, is getting ready to be fucking scarce out here, man. Here comes verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them, and the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride, man. And all these things are coming because of the great pride, but mainly Babylon the Great, and Jake's throughout all the world, man. But mainly Babylon the Great, man. Spiritually Sodom and Egypt. And what month are we in? This whole fucking Sodomite month. What they call it? Pride month. And we all know, the example, as what the Lord, did unto Sodom and Gomorrah, man. For all those, that want to walk, in the way of, in their likeness, and this place is walking in the ways of the 2.0, like times fucking 20, man. So because of their great pride, great trouble is coming, man. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, man. See, all these things are coming for what? For correction, man. Because of the great wickedness that's being done throughout all the planet, man. Beginning of sorrows and great mournings, man. You're gonna see great mourning, man, and like everywhere you turn your head, it's just gonna be great, like mourning, man. Distress, just hopelessness in these people's faces, man. Except for the election, because they've been prophesying, and building that spiritual ark to prepare for these times. But for you evildoers that took pleasure in your wickedness and your unrighteousness and made sport with the prophets, these things are coming for you. These things are coming for you, man. That took joy in being a faggot. That took joy in, fucking, just fucking blatantly, out here committing adultery. That took joy, robbing, killing, shooting your neighbor. Because of your great pride, these things are coming, man. And even though the prophets was warning you, and telling you to get your ass right and show forth your repentance, to turn your life around, you chose to scoff and talk your shit. You showed off your great pride, by talking shit and making sport of the prophets, man. You know what I'm saying? And that knowing, you must die, man. And these troubles are for you. It's gonna be designated judgments, like we just read in Jeremiah 15, verse 1. Then said the Lord Yahweh Shemiah unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind cannot be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight, let them go forth. And it shall come to pass that they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shemiah, such as are for death to death, such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity, man. And in this grace period, the Lord has sent forth his prophets, really, to mark those for judgment and to mark those, for, for mercy, man. Because see, those that, chose to scoff and talk shit, and heard this word, and didn't do nothing about it, now, the Lord has, marked you, for judgment, man. Matter of fact, this is Ezekiel 9:4. This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord Yahweh Shemiah said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sign, that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. What's that mark? There's truth. The Lord has sent forth his prophets, to wake up the election. Because see, for the election, all it's gonna take is just for them to, to hear this word, and they're gonna be hooked, man. And through any type of way, either through physically on the highways and byways, and through the YouTube, or the internet, the World Wide Web. All it takes is just for them to hear them, and that's that spiritual mark. Them being marked spiritually. Like in Revelation 7, with them being marked with their father's name written on their foreheads. And I'll go ahead and get that. This is Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And those winds is talking about these judgments that's prophesied. These great plagues, in Jacob's trouble. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. So right now, we're in the midst of a sealing process. The elect, and them being sealed, by them hearing this word, and being converted. Going back to Ezekiel 9:4, verse 4, and the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry, for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the other he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. This is what's coming, man. Those are the others, man. The others, that's not sealed, with the name of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, with that mark of exemption, Tawah, I'm saying, to be, exempt from the judgment. Those that don't have that mark, see, y'all gonna be, what's the word? Allotted for that judgment, man. This judgment is gonna be designated for you. Such as that for the famine, to the famine, to the sword, to the sword, to death, to the death. Verse 6, slay utterly, old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. And see, the woman, was said twice in that, man. The maids and little children and women. But the main point, man, those that's not in the mercies of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, this is what's coming for you, man. Those that's choosing to be rebellious because of your great pride, this is what's coming for you, man. Because those, that's, those that's, that has that mark of exemption, they're humbling themselves and, acknowledging, and they're in fear greatly of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, because see, they understand to not, to not provoke the Lord, so that, they be ordained to receive this punishment, man. And two-thirds of our people are going to be ordained to receive this judgment, man, because they walked in great pride. I'm gonna go back to it's a second Esdras. Second Esdras chapter 8. Chapter 8, verse 50. Verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them, and in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And verse 56. For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteous, and said in their heart that there is no power. Yea, and not knowing they must die, man. We're getting ready to see a lot of people perish out here, man. Because in their hearts, they refuse, to believe that Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua exists. The Most High Yahweh, in the name of his son, Yahweh Shai, they exist. And, by you, despising this thing, by you turning a blind eye towards this thing, you've completely turned, your heart away from your power, man. You've completely hardened your heart, you know, and, you know, you made yourself completely ignorant to, you know, believing that they don't exist, man. So that you could what? So that you could continue, you know, being ignorant, you know, and, you know, continuing in your wickedness, man. Because what? Because you take pleasure, you know, you find more pleasure, you know, in your evil rather than serving the true and living power, man. Not knowing you must die, man. You know, and, hey, you know, this is, you know, from the book, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, so, you know, so don't kill the messenger, so to speak. But this is, you know, what is being prophesied to the majority of our people, man. You know, the prophets were sent in this time to warn our people for this great, terrible time that's coming, man. This great, terrible judgment that's coming, man. You know, but those that's going to be delivered, you know, are the ones that's being prudent, you know, foreseeing the evil, you know, and fearing the Lord, man, in hopes of His mercy, so that, you know, they be saved from these things, man. I'm gonna get these couple of precepts. I'm gonna get, this is Psalms 34, and I'm gonna start at I'll start at verse 11. Come, you children, hearken unto me. I will teach you to fear the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua. What man is he that desireth life and loveth many days, that he may see good? Keep thy tongue from evil and thy lips from speaking guile. Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. The eyes of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua are upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry. The face of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua is against them that do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. The righteous cry, and the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua heareth and delivereth them out of all their trouble, out of all their troubles. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua is nigh to them that have a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua delivereth him out of them all. He keepeth all their bones, not one of them is broken. Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua redeemeth the soul of his servants, and none of them that trust in him shall be desolate. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the Lord is only getting ready to hear, you know, and deliver those that's fearing him, man. That's trusting, you know, and hoping in his mercy, man. And, you know, the evil, you know, is going to, you know, consume the unrighteous, man. Them that's taking pleasure in rebelliousness, man. But those that's, you know, in that contrite spirit, humbling themselves, understanding the fear of the Lord, understanding that hey, you know, there's truly no way out but through the mercies of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, you know, and then, you know, hardening their hearts, you know, and turning back from him. Those are the ones whom the Lord's going to hear and deliver them, man. On top of that, be in the same glory as Yahweh Shai, man, his only begotten. You know what I'm saying? But for the rest, y'all gonna die grievous deaths, man. Grievously, man. This is Psalms 51, verse 17. The sacrifices of the Most High are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart. O Most High, thou will not, O Most High, thou will not despise, man. You know, and the election, you know, which we hope to be, you know, they ain't in that prideful spirit, man. You know, they ain't in that prideful spirit. Matter of fact, let me get this precept. Fuck you. I feel like you just bear with me. Come on, this is Sirach. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse Verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High, and his heart is turned away from his Maker. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. You know? You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you know, great, you know what I'm saying, great calamities coming, you know, for the pride of our people, man. You know, and ultimately for Esau, because, you know, he's the most proud. You know, these the so-called high, these elite banking families, that's what they call themselves. You know, the so-called, Illuminati. You know, they're the ones that are the most proud. You know, because they believe themselves to be as the Most High. You know, and they pretty much control all the world. You know, but mainly our people too. Because they're walking in the great pride. Not just like this very specifically, can mean for our people too, because of their their great pride, in turning away from Yahweh Shem Yahshua. But kind of the beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High, and his heart is turned away from his Maker. And you know what I'm saying, that's the mindset that our people are in right now. So although they hear the prophets, they heard this word, they felt the conviction, yet they still choose to do what the fuck they want to do, because they don't fear Yahweh Shem Yahshua. That's pride, man. Thinking that you got it, when the Creator is telling you that that you're clearly going the complete opposite way. You believing that you're above the Most High, so the Most High gonna fucking destroy you, man. Strange calamity is designated for you. And then you're gonna wanna seek the Lord, but at that time it's gonna be too late, man. And that's the problem with Jake, man. See, Jake always wanna get the ass right, when they foot up their ass, man. This is why you seek the Lord while he may be found, man. This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither your ways my ways, said the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts, man. So you gotta turn from your wicked ways and seek the Lord while he may be found, because see, when all hell breaks loose, everybody's gonna be searching for answers, man. Or where those guys I was on the street corners talking about this thing, like where they at? But see, at that time it's gonna be too fucking late, man. See, you should have been getting it the very first moment you ever heard this thing, man. Because why? Because that was a spirit, knocking at your door, man. Fuck you. In Revelation chapter 3, verse 20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him, and he with me. And that door is your mind, man. Yahweh Shah is knocking at the door of your mind. Anytime you come across this truth, through physically, or even a fucking video, man. Those true teachers, that you came across, was speaking uprightly to you, man. The Spirit was speaking unto you, man, knocking at your door. And the great majority of our people, just completely slam the door, for fucking just ignore the door. The knock. Jake has just completely ignored the knock, man. But only the certain, select few, actually open the door and are supping with the Lord. Which we hope to be, man. You know what I'm saying? But I get another precept. This is Isaiah 66. So, verse 2, for all those things have my hand made, and all those things have been, said the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai. But to this man will I look, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, and trembleth at my word. So the Lord's not going to hear the proud, man. The Lord is only going to hear those that's of a broken heart and a contrite spirit, and trembleth at his word, man. Those are the ones, the humble, the meek, those are the ones whom the Lord, is going to make his abode with, man. Which ultimately, you have to be predestined, from the beginning. The Lord had to know you from the beginning, the foundation of the whole earth, for you to even, be found and healed, and make your abode with the Most High through His Son, man. In spirit and in truth. For the rest of you niggas, for the rest of the 2/3 of our people, judgment is coming, man. And y'all just got to be, reborn back, through the loins of the election in the kingdom, man. I'm saying, but shit, comment. That's basically the main points that I want to bring out for this lesson, man. Slow willing that all your brothers and sisters find satisfying. Until next time I say so, one.